welcome to Logan's Mosh Pit. Glad to have you here. Do me a favor and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks a lot for tuning into a new episode of Rock and Read. Today, you will get to hear Chapter 6 of Elvis and Me by his wife, Priscilla Presley. Here we go. For the next 2 days, I locked myself in my room, unable to eat, unable to sleep. Finally, my mother said, "This isn't going to help. Moping around here isn't going to bring him back. He's gone. He'll be getting into his new life, and so should you." I forced myself to go to school and found myself swamped by photographers and reporters who were calling me the girl he left behind and barraging me with questions. "How old are you, Miss Beaulieu?" "I'm, your records show you're only in the 9th grade. "Well, yes, that. How long have you known Mr. Presley?" "About just a few months." "What is your relationship with him?" "We're just friends." "Has he called you since he returned?" "No, but did you know he's seeing Nancy Sinatra?" "What?" "Nancy Sinatra." Suddenly feeling sick, I excused myself and left. Each day there were calls from the United States with offers of first-class round-trip tickets for me to appear on TV. I declined these, as well as offers from top European magazines requesting interviews and photo sessions. Letters poured in from lonesome GIs all over the world. I had attracted their attention, perhaps as a soldier's sweetheart. I also received letters from Elvis's fans, some friendly and some disheartened that maybe they had lost him. Days passed into weeks, and I became more and more resigned to the fact that Elvis was now dating Nancy Sinatra and had completely forgotten me. 21 days after he left, the phone rang at 3 o'clock in the morning. I jumped out of bed, ran to answer it, and heard his wonderful voice. "Hi, baby. How's my little girl?" "Oh, Elvis, I'm fine," I said. "Only, I miss you so. I thought you had forgotten me. Everyone was saying you would." "I told you I'd call, Zilla," he assured me. "I know, Elvis, but there were photographers here and reporters, and they kept asking me questions. And, oh, Elvis, is it true you're seeing Nancy Sinatra?" Hold it, slow down," he said, laughing. "No, it's not true that I'm seeing Nancy Sinatra. But they said you were." "Don't believe everything you hear, little girl. You'll find people trying to stir up trouble just to make you upset. She's a friend, baby, just a friend. I'm appearing on her father's show, and it was all set up for her to be here at my press conference when I return to the States. I miss you, baby. I think about you all the time." After that first phone call, I spent all my time writing and rewriting letters to him, but he never wrote back. Then one day, he called, sounding very excited. "I'm leaving for California in 2 days, baby. I'm starting my first movie since the Army." All I could think about was whether he'd fall in love with his co-star. As casually as I could, I asked, "Who's your leading lady?" Elvis burst out laughing. "You don't have to worry, baby. I haven't met her yet, but I hear she's real tall. Her name's Juliet Prowse. She's a dancer, and she's engaged to Frank Sinatra." Relieved, I asked, "What's the name of the film?" "Wouldn't you know it," he answered, "G.I. Blues. I think it'll be pretty good. I'm a little concerned that there are too many songs in it, but I think it'll work out. It had better, or I'll have a few choice words to say." A few weeks later, Elvis called again. His enthusiasm for G.I. Blues had turned to bitter disappointment. "I just finished looping the damn picture," he said dejectedly, "and I hate it. They have about 12 songs in it. that aren't worth a cat's ass, he said angrily, and then added, I just had a meeting with Colonel Parker about it. I want half of them out. I feel like a damn idiot breaking into a song while I'm talking to some chick on a train? Well, what'd the Colonel say, I asked. Hell, what could he say? I'm locked into this thing. Already been paid, he complained. They seem to think it's wonderful. I'm damn miserable. Maybe the next one will be better, I said. Yeah, he said, starting to calm down. The Colonel's requested better scripts. It's just, this is my first film since I've been back, and it's a joke. There was a long pause as static filled the line. Finally, Elvis said, I gotta go, Scylla, and I can barely hear you. I'll call you soon. Be good. I love you. I was living in a state of suspended animation, waiting for Elvis's infrequent calls. There was never a pattern to them. He would phone out of the blue after 3 weeks or 3 months. He always did most of the talking, chatting about his current film or his co-star. Occasionally, he'd talk about Anita, saying their relationship wasn't what he had expected when he returned from the army. He was no longer sure he wanted to be with her. I didn't know where I stood. Time and distance had created doubts and questions. I wanted to ask him, where do I fit in your life? Or do I? Elvis was still mentioning that he really wanted me to see Graceland, especially at Christmas, when it was its most beautiful. He said I'd meet Alberta, the maid. Elvis called her Alberta V05. He laughed and said, I'll tell her, 05? I got a little girl I want you to meet. This gave me some hope of a future. I wanted to believe him when he said he still cared for me. But during the periods when I did not hear from him, I couldn't help but doubt that I would ever see him again. I heard his latest hit record, Marie's the Name, his latest flame, and felt sure that he had fallen in love with a girl named Marie. That summer, Paul Anka was on a European tour. He was to make a guest appearance at a nearby Air Force facility in Wiesbaden. I slyly arranged for my mother to drop me off at the time specified for his arrival. My intentions, unknown to her, were highly contrived, and they had to do strictly with Elvis. I wanted to ask him if by chance he knew Elvis, and if Elvis had ever mentioned me. But when he got out of his car, he was surrounded by fans, and I was too shy to push through the crowd to speak to him. I gleaned every bit of news about Elvis that I could. I listened constantly to the overseas radio and scanned every article in the Stars and Stripes newspaper. But each story about Elvis I read only upset me all the more. Besides Anita, he seemed to be romantically linked with many beautiful young starlets in Hollywood. Tuesday Weld, Juliet Prowse, and Anne Helm, among others. I wrote him, I need you and want you in every way, and believe me, there's no one else. I wish to God I were with you now. I need you and all your love more than anything in this world. Well, that's the end of Chapter 6. Let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments below. That does it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Till then, rock on.